We've got some breaking news coming in. A video has emerged on social media where AIADMK Minister for Dairy Farms, Rajendra Balaji, is seen along with a few men mercilessly beating up a man for allegedly tearing up Shashikala's poster. The video shows AIADMK men surrounding the helpless man and thrashing him as weak audio plays where men question him, "How dare you tear a poster with Sasikala Natarajan?" All right, this is Minister for Dairy, Rajendra Balaji, is the man in your picture administering the beating on a worker who is seen tearing up the Sasikala poster. Let's go straight across to India Today's Pramod Madhav for more on this. Pramod, what is this video all about? Where has it come from? When did this happen?
Well, Shiv, if you visit Chennai in the recent times, you would know that the moment a person, you see on a street or something with a lot of Shashikala's pictures, you could see at least 40% of its face being torn or disfigured. This has been constantly happening in Chennai. We've even seen these kind of posters right next to the headquarters as well. So ADMK was not happy with such a situation. Apparently, this video, from the video we could find out, the location is called Greenways, where we have the ministers and the chief minister's house. Their residence is there, and apparently this person who's wearing an ADMK dhoti has been accused of tearing Shashikala's pictures, and he is being mercilessly thrashed, not by ADMK workers but also by ADMK minister. And not just that, there are so many policemen surrounding the place and nobody is ready to raise a hand.
Absolutely, nobody is ready to raise their hands. One of the shocking things about this video is you can see a policeman in this video frame just standing there doing absolutely nothing, not willing to intervene. Clearly the power structures are pretty evident in this picture. That's the AIADMK thrashing a hapless worker for tearing a Sasikala poster. A policeman in the picture doing nothing at all.
Yes, Shiv, that is so true. But unfortunately, there is also one more effect here. The worker who is tearing the poster seems to be also from AIADMK, not any other party. Maybe this could be a reflection of what is happening inside the party and in the state of Tamil Nadu. And maybe at this point, when we have this crucial meeting happening over here, this could be a reflection as to what is on the mind level of the leaders and what is on the mind level of the party's cadres, the basic cadres, what they have in their mind. This video could be a reflection of what is occurring right now here, Shiv.
Absolutely. Has any cognizance been taken of this particular this particular incident, Pramod? Any action being taken? Do we know the identity of the person who is being thrashed in this manner?
Shiv, this is a fresh video. We just got our hands in it and we have played it right away, and we are expecting any kind of action pretty soon. But also knowing that a minister is involved, a crucial or like a heavy action is not on the ledger book right now. Something should be done for upholding law and order, but still a minister is involved. You can see the minister thrashing him, and on the background people are questioning this person, this helpless person. How can you do it? Who are you to tear it? That is the question being raised here, Shiv.
Pramod, thanks for joining us on this disturbing video. We're going to keep our focus on this video and try and find out, if any action has been taken. Rajendra Balaji, Minister for Dairy, cracking down physically in a very violent manner on an AIADMK worker for daring to tear a Sasikala poster, even at a time when there is speculation that she may be the next Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. We're going to come right back to this poster and get you more reactions in just a short bit from now. All right, after taking over as General Secretary of the AIADMK post Jayalalitha's death, speculation rife as we speak that Sasikala may take over as the next Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. A final decision on this matter is to be taken at that legislators' meet that is currently on at the AIADMK headquarters in Roypeta in Chennai. Both Paneerselvam and Sasikala are there for that meeting. However, O. Paneerselvam, who was in Ennore to take stock of the cleanup operations, evaded India Today's questions about Sasikala's possible elevation and the AIADMK meeting.
Sasikala madam CM பண்ணுவா அவங்க என்ன சொல்றீங்க அத பத்தி? So is there something சசிகலா மேடம் சிஎம் பண்ண அவங்க என்ன சொல்றீங்க அதை பத்தி? So is there something? அவங்க என்ன சொல்றீங்க அதை பத்தி?
A. Saravanan of the DMK is with us live from Chennai as well. Mr. Saravanan, a crucial meeting taking place at the AIA DMK headquarters currently with speculation over whether Sasikala might be the next chief minister. There appears to be some kind of a power struggle. The AIA DMK is attacking the media and saying, you know, we don't care about this. You know what the media says, we are a disciplined party. You know, and we will do what needs to be done as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. What is your reading about this? Your party working president has already said that there is no way that you will accept Sasikala being the chief minister.
See, I think there is a simmering power struggle that is going on, a simmering rebellion against Sasikala that is going on, because if the intention is of Sasikala to become the chief minister, if you think this is going to be a smooth transition, then Mr. O. Pannirselvam would have resigned by now. If the resignation has happened, then it would have been easier for Mrs. Sasikala to take over the party, take over the mantle of the chief ministership. But right now that is not happening. If that is not happening, then it's going to be, you know, a legal hurdle, and how the governor is going to react to the situation. Because whether he is going to simply allow Sasikala to take over, or since already the MLAs have gave their support to Mr. O. Pannirselvam, he is continuing as the chief minister. So that is going to be an intriguing aspect, and there is going to be a legal tussle as well, because everything depends on how the governor is going to interpret it. If he is going to give 1 month to prove for either camps to prove their majority, it's going to be interesting times politically.
It's going to be interesting times politically. I also want to play out this video, Mr. Saravanan, that's just come out. A very disturbing video that appears to be from outside the AIADMK headquarters, where you can see Rajendra Balaji, Minister for Dairy, thrashing, you know, what appears to be an AIADMK worker for tearing a Sasikala poster. Mr. Saravanan, your reactions to this brazen act of violence?
This is absolutely disgusting. A minister who is holding a post, constitutional post, who is supposed to uphold law and dignity, is gone to the level of a goon and thrashing an innocent man, whoever he may be. I think the police who has been a witness there should have taken action immediately. What is wrong in a democratic country? What is wrong in tearing a poster, whatever, a poster or something?
Exactly.
He is expressing his angst against this whatever has happened, whatever is done by Mrs. V.K. Sasikala to the ADMK party. I think everybody has a right in a democratic country. I think this is totally unfair and disgusting. I think action should be taken against that minister. This is not the first time he is indulged in violence. That has to be brought on record also.
Needs to be brought on record. But what action do you think needs to be taken? You know, while we await more clarity, Saravanan, on what happens at the legislators' meeting, you know, you're saying that Rajendra Balaji, Minister for Dairy, is a repeat offender in Tamil Nadu. He has done this kind of thing before. What action needs to be taken? This is a terrible message being sent out to the people of Tamil Nadu.
Yes, I think he has to step down from his ministership, and a probe should be ordered why this has happened. He should not continue as a minister. On public camera, on a public place, they are thrashing an helpless man for doing nothing.
I'm just going to come back to you in just a second, Saravanan, and I want to also bring in Akshita Nandagopal, our correspondent, who's on the ground in this developing situation. I want to bring her in on more on this. Akshita, can you give us a quick update on where the meeting is? Has Sasikala arrived for the meeting just yet?
Well, Shiv, we're here at Poise Garden. We just saw Chief Minister O. Pannirselvam leaving about 20 minutes back. So far, Sasikala Natarajan hasn't left from here. So questions are still being raised about whether she will attend that meet. The meet is right now underway. So it looks like Sashikala may not be part of the meet, but will she join at the very end if some decision or announcement is made? That is still a question that has to be answered. We've seen people here who've been waiting for quite some time, waiting for Sashikala Natarajan to step out. All of them, of course, having hands full of flower petals. They're also wearing t-shirts, backing, the front of their bag, front of their shirt having a picture of Jayalalitha, and at the back with a picture of Chinnamma Sashikala. So they're waiting with a lot of anticipation for Sashikala to step out. But questions are still up whether, Sashikala will be stepping out, whether Sashikala will be a part of that meet. But as far as the police is concerned, Shiv, they're leaving nothing to chance. They're still waiting here. So we are, of course, here tracking all the latest updates, waiting to see if Sashikala Natarajan will be a part of this crucial meet or not. What we have to keep in mind is that the last time around when Sashikala Natarajan was chosen as a General Secretary of the party, she did not attend that meet. She waited in her residence. It was O. Paneerselvam who chaired the meet, and then it was all of the MLAs and ministers who had come together who then requested Sashikala to take over. So that request was then sent forward. O. Paneerselvam had personally visited Poise Garden here, visited Sashikala and requested her to take over, and it was only then that she accepted. She took in the memorandum, she took in the referendum, and then accepted the responsibility of the General Secretary. So will we see something like that this time around is still a question. But as of now, we're waiting here along with scores of workers as well as media people, seeing if Sashikala Natarajan really will step out of Poise Garden and attend that meet or be part of any sort of announcement that's made at the AIADMK office in Roypeta.
Well, obviously that meeting is pretty significantly delayed, Akshita, because it was supposed to start at about 1:30 p.m. We're told. Then it was 2:15. Now it's 2:45 p.m. So, that meeting hasn't started yet. O. Paneerselvam is at the AIADMK headquarters. Sashikala is still ensconced inside Poise Garden. She hasn't left just yet. So is she going to be part of that meeting? Is she not going to attend that meeting? Is there any clarity on that? Is she definitely going to be part of that meeting? Is it just delayed, Akshita?
Well, we know that the meet has begun there, Shiv. We know that the Chief Minister is present, and he usually chairs these legislature meets as well. Seriously, no clarity at this point on whether Sashikala Natarajan will be a part of the meet or not. As usual, of course, the AIADMK has kept the lip sealed on whether Sashikala will be present for the meet or not. All we do know at this point is that it's a crucial meet and a decision could be taken. And as I pointed out earlier, Shiv, even if a decision is taken on Sashikala Natarajan's elevation, if there is a need to take such a decision, there is no need for Sashikala to be personally present. It can always be the MLAs and ministers, similar to how we saw her elevation earlier when she became the General Secretary, that they will take a decision and then request her to be a part of the party, in this case to be a part of the government. So we'll have to wait and watch. The police here too, I spoke to some of them trying to find out really if they know whether Sashikala will be stepping out. They said themselves that they are prepared simply because they were told VIPs will be here. So the Chief Minister has stepped out and they were prepared for that. They're still ensuring, of course, that there's a heavy wall of security of sorts here. People are not being allowed to move after a certain point. All of that is still being done because in case, of course, Sashikala Natarajan does step out, that meet is underway. The question is, will she be a part at the very end when any key announcements or decisions are made, Shiv?
Right, so that meeting is currently on. Maybe a decision will be conveyed one way or the other. Saravanan, I want to bring you back in on this. Having made your party stand very clear about the possible elevation of Sashikala, and I don't wish to, speculate too much, but what would the DMK's game plan be if Sashikala becomes the Chief Minister?
See, first and foremost, we have appealed, we have informed, we have told everybody that what will happen if Sashikala, because we have seen that Tamil Nadu is facing an unprecedented crisis on all fronts. The neighboring states are not very friendly. We have water disputes with them. With Kerala, Karnataka, we have this oil sludge, we have drought situation, severe drought situation. All this is going. And what the thing is, Sashikala is facing a legal hurdle, a biggest legal hurdle. Supreme Court is going to deliver its verdict whether she is going to be convicted or she is going to be acquitted. If she is going to be convicted, then again, the state has going to face a turmoil. this is what we want to avoid. That is why we keep saying that this is not that Mr. O. Pannirselvam is doing a decent job. What is the reason to take him off the job? There is absolutely no reason. And we have also assured him, our leader Mr. M.K. Stalin has assured the Chief Minister that asked him, please go ahead with your job without any fear or favor, without minding whether you will have the party post, whether the Chief Minister's post or not. That is one thing. If you look at it legally speaking, yes, anybody can become the Chief Minister of the state if the majority of their MLAs are going to elect them. So if not Sasikala, any Tom, Dick and Harry can become the Chief Minister if the ADMK MLAs can do it. So legally that is about it. If you look at it morally, definitely this is an immoral decision, because the people of Tamil Nadu have not voted out for Sasikala or anybody else. They have voted for Selvi J. Jayalalitha as the Chief Minister. Having said that, so now Sasikala trying to usurp the office of the Chief Minister, I think that will be a dark day of democracy for the state of Tamil Nadu. We will take it to the people and ensure that whatever their power hunger is taken out to the people, and ensure that something good happens for the state of Tamil Nadu.
Well, there is uncertainty that is continuing to prevail in Tamil Nadu at this point of time, because the AIADMK wants everyone to think that there is discipline, there is a level of predictability in the so-called, potential transfer of power within the AIADMK. But Sasikala remains an enigma. Not many people have actually heard her speak, let alone actually seen her speak. But she was once a close confidant of the late Jayalalitha, made her first public appearance after Amma's demise at the India Today South Conclave last month in Chennai. The conclave was attended by the who's who of South India politics, including M.K. Stalin himself. The conclave was inaugurated by the new AIADMK General Secretary Sasikala, popularly known as Chinnamma. Sasikala broke down while unveiling a photo exhibition of Jayalalitha. Rarely heard speaking in public, Sasikala spoke to India Today's Rahul Kanwal on the sidelines of the conclave, and this is what she had to say.
Welcome, Vanakkam. It's fantastic having you at the India Today South Conclave.
Okay.
And we're all excited and wanting to listen to what you have to say.
இந்தியா டுடே கான்க்ளேவ் முதல் முறையாக இங்கே தமிழ்நாட்டில் செஞ்சுருக்கீங்க. இந்த பிராந்திய மொழிகளில் இந்தியா டுடே எடுத்துக்கிட்டு ஒவ்வொரு மாநிலத்திலும் வாசகர்களை அந்தந்த இப்போ தமிழ்நாடு என்றால் தமிழ்நாட்டு மொழியிலேயே உங்களுடைய பத்திரிகை வருவது ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சி அளிக்கிறது. இந்த சேவை தொடர வேண்டும் என்பதே எங்களுடைய விருப்பம்.
It's also a moment for us to reflect and remember Madam Jayalalitha, whose memory everybody remembers very, very fondly as we start the India Today Conclave.
Yes. அவர் இந்த முறை இங்கே இருந்திருந்தால் நிச்சயம் அவர் கலந்து கொண்டிருப்பார். இந்தியா டுடே பத்திரிகை மேலே அவருக்கு மிகுந்த அன்பு உண்டு.
Mr. Saravanan, at this point of time, as we await more clarity over what is likely to happen at that legislators meeting, how different has it been for the DMK, dealing with a party that you have always accused of being dictatorial, brooking no dissent, no real intra-party democracy. Now you're seeing a party where there's a lot of dissent, many different voices speaking different things within the AIADMK. Qualitatively, is this a very different party that you're used to dealing with?
See, I think the difference is in the leadership, because Selvi J. Jayalalitha was able to command the respect of all the others, the leaders and also the party members, because she was able to deliver the victories to the party. See, that is the main thing. She had people's support, especially the women's support. She had their unwavering support. So it was easy for them, for the other leaders, to listen to Selvi J. Jayalalitha. But these people, they are not bankable leaders. They were holding the posts by default. We know if Pannirselvam is going to be the Chief Minister and he had sought for the elections on that score, definitely they would not have got this mandate. This mandate is for Selvi J. Jayalalitha. So that is the basic issue here. See, what they ought to have done is they should not have clamored for this post. They ought to have ideally formed a steering committee, and in the survival of the fittest, whoever won, they should have had an open election for the general secretary, and whoever had won fought it hard and bitter. He should have come to the top. Then there would have been a lot of legitimacy to it. Nobody could question the leadership. I think that has not happened. Everybody wants to go behind.
Okay.
As you played the clip of Mrs. Deepa earlier. She also said Mrs. Sasikala is not a democratically elected leader. That's true. She has been nominated in the General Council. The ADMK rule says all the party members should select the General Secretary, but that has not happened here. I think that is the whole problem here.
Okay, that is the problem, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about it. Mr. Saravanan, stay with us here on India Today. We're gonna slip into a very, very quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get live ground reports from the AIA-DMK headquarters as well as Poise Garden. What's happening in the meeting there, and what's the voices on the inside of Poise Garden, if we can get anything at all in this extremely fast-paced developing political story, but one where very little is officially known because nobody is really talking. Non-stop.